Friday, March 19th, heading up for, I believe, week number 4 of the maple syrup season. First week up was setting taps and buckets. Second week up, we checked them and they were empty. Last week we were up and we got about 43 gallons of sap. So this is really our second weekend of boiling sap and making maple syrup, although we're 4 weeks into it. So Sandy came up with me. Say hi.
Hello.
And coming in here about 7 o'clock, sun is just starting to go down. We'll see you up there. All right, Saturday morning, about 7:40 roughly. The ground's kind of frozen, which is good, but this is going to become a muddy mess later, as you can see here. So I'm going to check the first bucket that we got right here. Oh yeah, we got some sap in them. So we're going to get everything fired up here and go make a sap run collection and get the evaporators fired up, get fires going, and then we'll be boiling maple syrup today. I'll check a couple more buckets close by. Oh yeah, I think we're going to have more than we had last week. Last week was about 43 gallons. I think we'll surpass that. We'll see. All right, let's get stuff together and start going to collect sap. Catch you later. All right, we're going out and start collecting buckets. All right, we're done collecting and Craig's on his way in right now. Getting backed up to the sugar shack, and we're gonna fire up the evaporators and we're going to start cooking down the sap. Stick with us. I'll move these up again. Whew.
55 and leave it back here for weekends when we're overfull.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Early stages of the fire here Saturday morning, getting her going. This is our 20-gallon pot. We probably got, I'd say 17 gallons of cold sap in there we're trying to get going. And on this one, let's see how this one's going. This is our other cooker. Trying to get that fire going. And these have got 5-gallon pans. We're keeping everything covered up. Try to keep the heat in to get the boil going better. And then we'll uncover them. That back one here is sounding like it wants to start rolling. So what we do again, this is our warming pan up here. The fire never gets quite as hot in front. It gets hotter back here because we got the stack going up, heating the pan also besides the fire below. So this one goes to a boil and where we boil out of. But we'll transfer the cold sap into what we call our warming pan. From there into here, we'll get a boil on it, and from there then we transfer it as needed into our 20-gallon pot for the final final boil, and we boil it down. We get that out to about 212 to 215 degrees. Then it transfers in the house on the stove for the final monitor. We can monitor it a lot closer in there and control it better and get it to the magic 219, and then start pouring our maple syrup. Alright, we just got done restoking fires. Time to do a transfer and add some more sap. Like I said, it's a labor-intensive process. And we do this all by hand.
Oh, I can pour. If you're transferring, I can start pouring.
Yep.
Tell you what, we're getting down there pretty quick. What time is it?
I don't know.
10, 12? We're knocking this shit down pretty quick for some reason.
I think we get a full 5-gallon one in here, eh?
Oh shit! I keep Oh no, it's not.
He's tapping the barrel. That's why he said, "Oh shit." I'll have to bleep that out. Nah, that's not that bad.
I keep forgetting. I got this. I open this thing up and it runs, but then it runs just fast enough that you forget about it. You can probably tip the drum too, or
yeah. So, like I said, it's pretty labor intensive. Everything's done by hand. But if there's one thing we got enough of when we come up on a weekend, it's manual labor.
Usually, this weekend we're kind of light.
Yeah, we're a little light this weekend, but still enough of us up here. It's not a one-man operation for sure. But next weekend we're going to have a big crew up here. So we'll be jamming around and getting in everybody else's way next weekend. So, but like I said, you can see our warming pan gets transferred to the first boil. When that gets going, then it goes into our 20-gallon pot. And then it goes in the house for the finished boil. We can monitor and control it a little better in there. We get to that magic 219 and we've got maple syrup. So stick with us. Going into the pre-boil, a warming pan for the cold sap. We just stoked the fires and we got good boils going on the back. So, yeah, we got some, oh, I can feel that's hot. We got some serious heat going out of these now. All right, and here's a little closer look at our collection system. So, food grade plastic barrel, 55-gallon drum. Craig, brother-in-law Craig, built a frame for it. Hold it in the trailer, and then we've got our collection here. We run a screen in there, like a screen from a splatter screen from a frying pan. So we put that in there when we pour the sap in to do a first filter. And then we've got our tap. We've got our tube here so we know how much we've got in. And then we open up our spigot, fill the buckets, and hand transfer, and you've seen the rest. Anyways, I was planning to go out to the food plot this week to do a little work, maybe take the ATV and drag the rake behind it to start cleaning up the food plot a little better, but the fact that we gotta keep this thing going and just the two of us, I think all I want to do is get out there and get out the licking branch, get that fixed, get the mock scrape set and activated, and that's going to be about it. All right, here we are Saturday morning, sitting around, fires are going, steam is going, we're making maple syrup. And what do you do sitting around stoking fires? Practice your elk calls.
Boy, and I need practice. Getting there. I tell you what, you want a good one. You got to get when I was learning how to use a turkey call, diaphragm call. That was the Just to Be There video. It's in the thing up here. You got to watch that one. John and Brian are walking ahead of me 30 yards all day long. because they are left, and I'm cooking on that call. trying to figure out how to get the diaphragm call to work. And they're walking, and they both got it right off the bat. And they are walking ahead of me laughing their asses off.
See, this is what we do. We tell stories and we have a good time out here while we're making maple syrup. So everybody finally made it out. There's Sandy.
Oh, Rachel's still in the house.
Oh, that's right. Rachel is still in.
I wouldn't count on her coming out. She's an inside person.
We're enjoying the outside. Boiling down the sap, making our maple syrup for the weekend. Okay, we are back to the food plot. So I'm just taking a couple minutes out now. We're going to activate our mock scrapes. I'm going to get a new licking branch attached. I had blown this all clean last week with the blower. And like I said, our food plot ain't much, but it does seem to attract them and keep them in here. So that's the main goal. It doesn't have to look pretty, it's just got to do the job. So, all right, stick with us. We're going to go get another branch, put on this licking branch before we activate the scrape. So this branch here was destroyed pretty good over the past couple of seasons, this licking branch. Again, we're going to go get a branch, zip tie it on, and add to this licking branch. And it's still alive. The end of it isn't. But let's see if I can zoom in here on these buds. And there you go. You can see it's still budding, so that's good. And then, of course, what we call our marl tree area. We didn't set that up to be a scrape or anything, but it turned out the deer started using it underneath and using that. So we'll keep that active. So, our new licking branch attachment. I think that's a pretty good location for it. We just have our scent spray, our odor spray to kill the human odor. Again, I'm not pushing one product or another. In fact, I have two different styles. I have a tendency to buy what's on sale. We're going to spray it on the branch wherever we touched it, try to kill our scent, and of course where we zip tied it also. So. Gonna get the buck urine on. Whew. You stay out of this now. And this site is now active. And again, a small scrape, not big, to make it look like it's a beatable, smaller, subordinate buck. All right. Second scrape activated.
Very good.
There we go. Okay, 2 o'clock, and the 55-gallon drum is empty. We're down to the final boiling here. The pre-warm, the first boil, and then the 20-gallon final boil before we go into the house. So way ahead of schedule this week. We got a quick, hard boil going early, and it really paid off. Well, it's about 3:30. We've got this one closed down completely. You can see the pans are up there covered. Once they cool, we'll clean those off, get them ready for next week. And we're down to our 20-gallon pot, boiling down the last of the 45 to 50 gallons that we had. So way ahead of schedule. Pretty cool. Our wives are going to go out and they're going to do a little shooting. There's the COVID-19. Let's exterminate it with shots. Pretty cool, eh? Heading back to the sugar shack, monitor the boil. We'll go back and check out how they did in a little while. So. Oh, Oop. Somebody's trying to knock out COVID. Sandy's coming, she's gonna try to.
She hasn't had COVID yet.
She on the outside lower right of the ring, and she's just low below it on the first ring away, just below it to the
Gotcha.
right. She's getting closer.
You're good.
What was that?
That was the shell kicking out.
Oh.
Keep going. Keep it pointed down range. It's still ready to fire. You were a little high next to Kathy's shot. Not sure. You're good. You're low. Oh, it's empty now.
Oh, good.
I don't know where you're hitting. I'm not sure. Put the safety on. No, you can keep going.
Oh.
But everybody's hitting low. So I got to double check the scope.
Thank
Go
you.
again?
The killers of COVID.
Oh, get
What are we supposed to do?
shift side.
right
There
there.
you go.
Like when we were
Perfect,
kids?
perfect smile. The COVID killers.
Camera.
The girls were up here in central Wisconsin giving COVID shots. So go get your COVID shot because you don't want to get one from them. Back to the maple syrup boil. Okay, it's roughly 6:30 now here on Saturday. I don't know if you can see, we raised the height of the kettle now because it's boiled down so far. So what we do, see if I can get this on here. There we go. I don't know if you can see these little holes in here. We run rebar through here to hold the kettle up. And as that boils down, what happens is we raise the kettle, we pull the rebar out of here, and we put the rebar here from the side. You can see it right here. Whoa! There we go. And we put the rebar in from the side here, if you can see it there and there. And we set the kettle down on that, and you can see just from the black marks that we raised it up about 5 inches or so. So this is the final boil out here. Okay, so, whoa, we got the fire going.
Pizza box going up.
Yep. Anyways, we're sitting around, and that noise you hear in the background, we're trying to figure out what to do while we sit around with the maple syrup. Somebody's going to be going elk hunting. He's practicing his calls.
Hey, doggies. Time to bugle. Time to call in the bulls. Should we call in the bulls, dog? Nope. Big bulls. That's little bulls. That's big bulls.
We're getting down real low on here. It's probably, if you can see here, let's do it on this side. See if you can see the rebar right here. I'm not touching it, but we're probably down to here. We didn't grab the temperature, but we know that we're close. And what we're going to do is we're going to pour this off into the large kettle, and we're going to bring it in the house tonight. But we're not going to finish it tonight. We'll leave it on the stove. We'll bring it up to the final temp at 219 tomorrow on the stove, and then we will pour this golden delicious syrup into pint jars.
We'll rest it on a bucket for a minute. You ready?
Yep.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. Oh yeah. That's way emptier than.
We're going to have to get this closer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shift it your way a little bit.
Yeah.
I think. Right?
Yep. Perfect. Oh, my glasses are all steamed up. I can't see shit. Is it all out of there?
Yeah, we're empty. I got the kettle.
I got
I'm going to flip this off and put the other.
Good boy, Chad. You listened. You sat outside. Good boy.
I'm going to open this back up and just let it burn down.
Yeah. Well, we got an early start this morning in the house. Got a boil going on the syrup. Sterilizing the jars. And now we're at, what, 214, 5 degrees to go. Slow but sure. Went from 214 to 216. 3 more degrees and we got syrup. Alright, it went real quick, guys. I was watching it, went from 217 to 219 in like 2 seconds. So I didn't get the chance to do any of the videotaping, but here's where we're at right now. Filling jars. Alright, there it is. Same as last week, just over a gallon approximately. So we did alright. Alright, it's Sunday afternoon, a little after 12. The maple syrup operation is done. But Craig took a ride around the ATV trail to check out the condition of it, see if it's drying out well. Because they're supposed to get some rain Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday up here. So took a drive around and he stumbled on something and asked me if it was my handiwork. And I said, no, not my handiwork. So let's go take a look, see what it is. So we stop here and he goes to me, is that your handiwork, making a mock scrape? And I'm like, no sir, I didn't do this one at all. So we've got a small scrape and they were in there tearing up a licking branch already. So we're packing up, we're ready to go home, and I run back to the truck. I got a couple of extra trail cams I always keep with me. I had 3 extra trail cams. I says, let's go put a trail cam on this one. So we put out the trail cam right here. Not the best tree to use. We did manage to anchor it in nice and solid. And here's what that one is showing. But just to confuse that buck that made that scrape, we're going to add some buck urine, and he's going to find out that there's another buck in the area. We got the trail cam on. Hopefully we're going to see some stuff next week when we come up. We're going to leave that one up for a while though, I can guarantee you that. So natural buck scrape right here. Alright, we're heading back. We're calling it a weekend. We had little over a gallon of maple syrup, so in 2 weekends we got about 2 1/4 gallons of actual maple syrup. So it was a small crew for what we normally have up here. Next week I bet we've got 8 to 10 people up here, so it's going to be a blast next week. A lot of people, a lot of fun, hopefully more maple sap that we can then turn into maple syrup. So I'm anxious too to check this trail cam next week. So anyways, that's it for this weekend. We'll see you guys next week. Take care. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos and my channel. A big thank you for that. Now feel free to comment below, or if you don't want your comments available in the public eye, we can also be reached at rapintoutdoors360@gmail.com. And if you know a friend you think may enjoy this video series, please feel free to share this with him or share our link. And always, whether you fish or hunt, make sure you practice CCR. Catch, conserve, replenish. Make sure that there are resources available for future generations. We'll see you on the next video. In the meantime, remember, subscribe, like, comment, and share.